first of all, I'm a little bit like in a rut reading that. Like, it's going really quickly, but it's just like a long time between the times when I pick up the book. I think just because it's winter. You know, the seasonal affective disorder do be hitting different right now. And just getting around to doing the things that like I want to do versus the things that I need to do. It's a little trickier this time of year, but I think this is the first year where I've kind of just leaned into it and been like, you know what, it's probably not going to get done, and like I'm going to do the things that bring me joy and do the care tasks that I can do for myself right now. And you know, the sun will come out soon enough. Goddamn, my neighbors are not usually this loud this late, and I also usually can't hear them. Like, I can't hear their voices, and tonight they are both up late thumping around, and also I can hear their voices, which is like not a great combo, and being sick. Anyway, can you tell I'm like a little out of it? Maybe. I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, red, white, and royal blue. So I thought this video could be like part kind of reading vlog, almost like just talking about where I'm at in the book, maybe reading a little bit of it. I don't know if that's kosher. Then I got another book recently. I stopped. My grandpa got me a gift card to a local bookstore for Christmas, and I had to go pick it up at the bookstore, and they kept calling me and being like, "Hi, we have your gift card. You should come pick it up." I just kept not getting around to it. So I did that this week. Was that this week? Yeah, this week. And then finally yesterday I got my book of the month box, and I am a book of the month subscriber. It, like other subscription boxes, is one that is very hard for me to keep track of, and so I have like a lot of credits for book of the month, but then every month, like, I either think I shouldn't get it because none of these books look appealing, or I don't get it because I'm like, I'm in the middle of a book I love right now and I have another book queued up after it. I don't need any more books, etc., etc., etc. But then this month there was a book that looked interesting, so I got it. Yeah. Do I think every subscription service is just like using my lack of executive functioning skills against me? Like, yeah, absolutely. Like, when I had HelloFresh, I didn't cancel it so many times, and it would show up at my house, and I'd be like, oh fuck, this again. And the same thing with Book of the Month. The same thing would happen with, like, what was it, FabFitFun, I think. I had a subscription, and that was like spendy too. That was like $70. I mean, HelloFresh wasn't cheap either, but at least it was like food. At least I like could eat it. this book is, and like, this book is hard to track. It is saucy. It is like, anyway. So, I'm on chapter 6, so I'm probably like a third of the way through the book, I guess. If I were to like put a number on it. Maybe a quarter. Maybe I'm not that far. Excuse me. But, yeah, so I don't know where this book is gonna go. There's kind of this impending plot line of like, oh my god, like for Alex, the main character, like, oh my god, what if I am gay? Like, what if I, like, am not only into this person in a physical, like, sexual way, but like, what if I, like, want to be with this person romantically? And I think that is, like, gonna be an interesting storyline. And also, like, that in the public eye. So, but yeah, I don't even feel like, I mean, the main drama has started of like, oh, will they, won't they? But like, I'm only like a third or a quarter of it, the way into the book. So, I kind of keep reading it. I want to finish it soon, but the Olympics have been on, and girl, all I'm doing is watching the Olympics. I love having something to like turn on when I get home from work and just like hang out and vibe and know it's gonna be on and like know I'm gonna enjoy it, you know? So that's my update for Red, White, and Royal Blue. I am really enjoying it. I'm sure I've said this before, but I've been sometimes such a snob about romance, and like, especially as a younger person, I was like, if it's not contemporary fiction, like I won't read it or whatever. I don't know. I was just kind of a binge about it, if you will. And I'm so glad I've turned that page, both metaphorically and literally, because romance novels are hella fun to read. Like, cute, good vibes, whatever. Okay, next. So, my grandpa got me this gift card. I went and picked it up. It was like a delightful way to like unwind after a school day. It was just to, like, go to a bookstore. I was like, there wasn't actually anything that I wanted to get. I didn't have anything on my mind, but I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna treat myself. Like, I have this gift card. I'm just gonna buy something at the store today. And I know that the store often has tarot decks, and I got one, like, once from this bookstore, and that's what I was thinking I was gonna get. But then all the decks were either like I didn't like them or they were too expensive, and I was like, meh, okay. So the thing that caught my eye was this this book of poems called Postcolonial Love Club selection, and it was like the winner of the Pulitzer. And I don't know, there was something about the poems that just really, like, okay, this is the one that I flipped open to the first time, like when I opened the book. It's called Bloodlight. My brother has a knife in his hand. He's decided to stab my father. This could be a story from the Bible if it wasn't already a story about stars. I weep a la Cronus. The scorpions clatter to the floor like yellow metallic scissors. They land upside down on their backs and eyes, but writhe and flip to their segmented bellies. My brother has forgotten to wear shoes again. My scorpions circle him, whip at his heels. In them is what stings in me. It brings my brother to the ground. He rises, still holding the knife. My father ran out of the house, down the street, crying like a lamplighter, but nobody turned their lights on. It is dark. The only light left is in the scorpions. There's a small light left in the knife, too. My brother now wants to give me the knife. Some might say my brother wants to stab me. He tries to pass it to me, like it is a good thing. Like, don't you want a little light in your belly? Like the way Orion and Scorpius, across all that black night, past the sun. My brother loosens his mouth, between his teeth throbbing red and Taurus. One way to open a body to the stars with a knife. One way to love a sister. Help her bleed light. So good. First of all, I'm terrified of scorpions, and when I read that poem, I had like a visceral reaction the first time. So love that. Also, just all of I'm gonna say this, the vowel sounds in it like are just so resonant and like lyric. Like I love the melody flowing through it, if that makes sense. Anyway, very stoked to read this more. The book is Postcolonial Love Poem, and yeah, I truly don't know. Oh my gosh, I truly don't know anything more about Natalie Diaz, so I'm excited to learn more about her. And I also just realized that the book was, the cover design was done by the wife of one of my professors when I was in college. It was my poetry professor when I was in college. Very weird, small world. Okay, so now I have my incisive narrator, a popular English professor whose charismatic husband at the same small liberal arts college is under investigation for inappropriate relationships with his former students. The couple had long maintained a comfortable understanding when it came to extramarital pursuits, but with these allegations, life has become far less comfortable for them both. And when our narrator finds herself alarmingly infatuated with Vladimir, a celebrated young novelist newly arrived on campus, their tinderbox world comes dangerously close to exploding. With her bold and uncommonly assured literary debut, Julia May Jonas leads us into charged territory, where the strictness of morality, so sensible, so sober, bump up against the caprices. It's not caprices. C-A-P-R-I-C-E-S. We're gonna let that one go. I don't know how to pronounce it. Of the human heart, so mercurial, so vain, propulsive, darkly funny, and surreptitiously moving, Vladimir maps the personal and political minefield of our current moment, exposing the messy contradictions of power and desire. I'm really curious to read this on Goodreads. Not on Goodreads. No, maybe on Goodreads. I was thinking about a book of the month. The reviewer that wrote about it was like, this is a really interesting book because yeah, it really is like teasing out a lot of like morality. I don't know, I'm very curious to see how that will play out in this book and the messages that are behind that in this book. I don't know. I'll give you an update if I enjoy it. But yeah, I was also just really taken by like the aesthetic of the cover. It's such a good vibe. That's a weird thing to say, but I'm curious about the novelist. Julia May Jones is a playwright and teaches theater at Skidmore College. She holds an MFA in playwriting from Columbia University and lives in Brooklyn with her family. Vladimir is her debut novel, as it's fascinating that she teaches at a small liberal arts school. I too went to a small liberal arts school, and especially since I've graduated, though, at the time when I was at the college as well, there were multiple allegations of professors and various forms of misconduct, violence, abuse of their power. So, and like I had not just some interesting run-ins with certain professors and authority figures at the school. So I'm really, really curious as this is written from the perspective of, you know, someone close to a professor at a liberal arts college. Anyway, kind of heavy, but I'm really, really interested to read it, especially in like a novelized form. We'll have to see. The other thing that was in that stack was this watercolor that I did with one of my students. And I was, I guess, using it as a bookmark, but it fell out. Oh my gosh, and the book of the month bookmark, it says book of the month, and then on the side it says BRB, ignoring my responsibilities. Yeah. I wish that that wasn't how I felt when I was reading, but TBH, it kind of is. I just always want to read at night, but then when it's night, I'll see you later. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you're enjoying.